You're just left with me, stuck with me, guys, on this blistering day. The heat might not be enough, so I'm just gonna pull a double whammy and assert myself onto you guys as we watch the first match between Teejay and LilRaiN here. So both these players, they have managed to qualify, but unfortunately for them, they're gonna have to play a first round of 48 against each other. We have Teejay C29 and LilRaiN C36 here. And right off the bat, we have a few bans going on. Teejay banning out the AR8 hidden, the really long map here, and LilRaiN banning out DT1, where Teejay did prevail pretty decently in the qualifiers. So that does make sense for him. I believe we do have another set of bans. Oh, no, scrap that. We only have one set of bans, and we are first picking Hard Rock 1 into Teejay for LilRaiN here, which is quite a bursty, something in control required map. Oh, and we're actually going to get started really quickly here into the first map. And yeah, I mean, we kind of an unexpected pick for me here. We're going to be seeing early doors, similar acts across the board as the map gets started here. Unfortunately, the score difference is not going to be seen, but it's going to be pretty obvious as this is a 1v1 who's going to be in the lead, who's not. And right now, the acts are very similar, so it is odd even here. As we get started, a few doubles here, a few there, not tripping anyone up yet. It's very close. I mean, no difference in accuracy here, just constantly staying the same. At the break, they can see that they're basically on the exact same score. In fact, they are on the exact same score difference of 0 in the first break. And that just kind of says to the consistency. And once again, the same amount of hundreds on that stream, and still, this accuracy just remains the same. They're, like, putting up identical plays here. Oh, I just read actually Teejay versus Teejay. No wonder. So we can't see LilRaiN's score, but Teejay right now is on that FC. I wonder what LilRaiN is doing here. But right now, Teejay's score is looking pretty good. He is on that low accuracy right now. But I expect LilRaiN to be a bit behind. Maybe he's also FCing, maybe on that higher accuracy. But as we get into the first, basically the last breakdown section of the map, where we have once again more finger control, some streams, and Teejay does finally mess up his full combo on that pretty low accuracy down in that B rank territory, and his score is gonna basically stay the same as we get into the last few streams. Maybe some stamina running out here, as comfort on the under the map is a bit lower. But yeah, there's one more burst hit for him to get through, and he does so with an FC belt on that lower accuracy. But we do actually see a win for LilRaiN there. I'm assuming that he had high accuracy, maybe more combo than he did, but Teejay himself didn't put up too bad of a score. I actually did have a second set of bans here. No more two being banned out by Teejay. A bit of ulti jumpy map and another hidden banned out for LilRaiN in a hidden 3. We have overtime, the 10.3 pick being picked out by Teejay. Kind of makes sense based on the qualifier result. Hey Baz, you need to change the client on the right side. We can only see Teejay. You need to transition. We have some tech issues here, but we're only seeing Teejay's score. I was really confused at the beginning why we had the exact same score on both sides. Wait, we had the first pick actually going to LilRaiN, which unfortunately we didn't see a score for, but Teejay putting up a 500k on the first map, and now he's currently holding full combo here. Oh, and we finally do get to see LilRaiN score, and he is in fact in the lead here at 3% accuracy versus a double FC here. So the first break, we see that Teejay is slightly behind on that accuracy. I mean, this map is 10.3. It has very low density, very kind of hard to read, especially on this lower star rating pool where some of the tech elements here can catch people out. And we see LilRaiN be caught out by some of the finger control here, and Teejay is going to start building up his combo, building up his lead against him while LilRaiN has no combo. But unfortunately, he does break when he does take onto that advantage, and LilRaiN once again back in the driver's seat. He's on that 100 combo advantage, and he's going to be slightly being able to build up his score once again, maybe get his first breakthrough in the second point of the match here. He is once again on that higher accuracy, it seems. 3% deficit for Teejay, but LilRaiN does miss on the last note of that stream, unfortunately for him, and he goes into the break seeing that he has 0 combo versus 200 here, and Teejay is going to start building up once again the difference that LilRaiN was able to make on him, and Teejay is once again in the lead here for the second time in this map. But I mean, as LilRaiN is on that slight accuracy lead, if Teejay does break at this point, he is going to start building up his advantage, and he does break, but LilRaiN unfortunately does also break at the exact same time. And I don't think there's enough map left here for LilRaiN. Teejay is going to have to miss once again for him to start being able to take that win away from him on this map. But unfortunately, I think Teejay is strong enough on this pick to the end to be able to make it out. And yes, it's 1 point to 1. Both players consolidating their first points of the match. It's a decent start for both. We have just a 20k, 30k lead for Teejay. It looks kind of shaky the entire time, where LilRaiN was holding on to that high accuracy basically the entire match, and being able to hold on to a pretty small lead in the end. But yeah, now that Teejay and LilRaiN have had their first picks, we have the next picks to contend to. We have, I mean, LilRaiN and both Teejay did ban out a hidden each. We have a ban on that AR8 hidden as well as that AR9 hidden on that techie pick, and Teejay going for his first pick being on that slightly techier side with that DT3 and consolidating it in a pretty close fashion. But here we go into Hard Rock 2 as LilRaiN is picking Bubble Tea. This, I believe, CS 7.2, CS 7.1. Let me confirm that for you guys. Yeah, it's just CS7 actually, just CS7 map here. And Bubble Tea fairly slow on the slower side, 160 ppm. And pretty long, 3 minutes long. It's just a test of endurance, test of nerves, see who's better, feeling better. And I feel like we've seen LilRaiN kind of pop off on these hard rock picks, as well as holding high accuracy on a 10.3. So this makes plenty of sense for him to go into this map. Early doors, pretty close. LilRaiN does actually get a few chain misses in the beginning, but this map is very long, and once he gets adjusted to this map, to this song, he should start being able to build up some combo. Maybe ultimately in the end, unless Teejay does FC to the end, it shouldn't matter, hopefully, for him. But I think for the first time in this match, we are seeing Teejay with a higher accuracy in the slow section. A bit of free combo here. I mean, it is relatively free, but it's still CS7. As LilRaiN is demonstrating here, just a small slip up, maybe with it reading a bit of your aim here, and you can just miss on quote unquote air here. I mean, TJ has built up a slightly healthy lead. He has a lead of almost 200 combo and almost double LilRaiN score. As we get into the first kind of hard section, aim section, TJ is the first one to break here, while LilRaiN, contrary to what we've seen at the start of this map, he was holding combo, but I have cursed him here. And TJ is once again on that slight combo lead, 60k difference between them. And as I mentioned earlier, he's still on the accuracy lead compared to LilRaiN here. Probably for the first time this match. It is a percentage difference of 2% here. I mean, it's pretty significant. If TJ were to miss, he would have that slight advantage in his favor. Let's begin to the slightly slower section here once again. TJ on that 20 combo lead and 2% accuracy advantage. He is going to start building this score very, very slowly. Of more advantage, more buffer that he could play with when we get into the second breakdown section. Great combos all around. I think LilRaiN has gotten adjusted to the higher CS here. Few hundreds, but it kind of makes sense. It's OD10 on low BPM. It's very hard, deceivingly hard to ag. I think it's very underrated skill to be able to ag with low BPM, especially on 1/4 notes. Like, you're used to players being able to ag like 240, 250 on OD10, but considering how spaced the notes are and how accurate you need to be, it's kind of rough. Yeah, it's basically the same story the entire map here, where TJ has built up his lead from 60k all the way up to almost 100k here. But this lead can topple if he does break, and LilRaiN does hold on to the end, as it's 400 combos for both sides, and TJ does break going into the hard section, and LilRaiN is going to start building up his score, start making up the difference here. It's just 50k difference now. It's down from 100k. Make that 30k. LilRaiN is holding on to his combo. TJ keeps unfortunately missing for him, and LilRaiN is now in the driver's seat here. He's now leading this map. 500 combo advantage for him. And he is going to be able to close out his combo and take his second point here. I mean, it was looking very dicey for him. LilRaiN was on the back foot the entire time. LilRaiN was on the back foot, approximately behind like 60 to 100k until the very end, where TJ did break into the final hard section. And LilRaiN was able to capitalize on that and basically just FC the whole ending. I think to make up a score difference of 50k in the end. As we get some tech difficulties sorted out here, we're going to be waiting for the next pick for these players. If anything is to go by, I believe TJ might be going for those DT picks, where he does look a bit stronger on. I don't think we're going to be seeing Midoriya Queen be out of him. Or maybe, unless he's feeling those nerves, maybe using that to his advantage to be able to match. But we do see Nomad 4 being picked out by TJ here, which is Function Fact Paradox, mapped by Function.
I believe we are the future.
It's going to test some of your aim control, a tiny bit of finger control. Wait, a second pick for TJ here. LilRaiN being able to get 2 of his points on the board here. He's up 2-1 for TJ. The first pick that TJ had was DP4 at 10.3, and it was very, very similar to this map, where it had some techie elements in itself, being on that slightly lower BPM than you're used to on that double time mode. And we're seeing a pretty similar pick, but it was pretty contested by LilRaiN. I mean, TJ was on the front foot the entire map, but it wasn't a very confidence-inspiring lead that he had. it ultimately just came down to who had more combo, and in that fact, it was just Teejay. Yeah, started in this map, Teejay with a few early breaks. I mean, if the third map's anything to go by, if you break early, I mean, you're gonna win the pick. We saw LilRaiN break a few times on the slow section and be able to make up the difference by the end. To the first breakdown section on tech streams, and we see both players miss in the exact same pattern. In this place, doubles here. Looking at the accuracy, LilRaiN slightly in the lead here by just almost 2%. Put more confidence on his side with the aim. We have some funky sliders here, and Teejay's actually just made up most of the score difference, hitting more slider ends, as LilRaiN has dropped his accuracy down to basically what Teejay has here. Yeah, it's actually identical here, and Teejay is in the accuracy, leading in the accuracy department now, and also in the combo department by 4. Despite them breaking both at the same time, he has hit more slider ends, and that's giving him a slight score lead. But at the spinner, LilRaiN does make up the difference on the spinner, and now he's in the lead once again. Few slow seconds to contend with. I mean, they're not relatively slow, and we're gonna start getting to the second hard part of the map. Some cut streams, and both players do hit the slider streams there. Those are really brutal, especially unstable. Yeah, we're seeing a very familiar pattern from the start, from the first hard section of the map, where LilRaiN is cheating that combo. I think he's down 10 slider ends now on Teejay. I believe so. And that's giving Teejay a score lead of 20k, just based on him hitting the slider ends here properly. Only Teejay is on that slight lead, and LilRaiN does break, and that's a lot of confidence inspiring for Teejay with his lead here. Even if he were to break it, I believe he would still get the point no matter what. Yeah, that lead has ballooned all the way to 100k, and I mean, it'll kind of take a travesty here for Teejay to lose his lead over here. I mean, he does break, but the score lead will not shift over enough time for LilRaiN, especially with that delay break on here now. In early doors, it kind of looks shaky for Teejay, missing on the slow sections, but when we go into the hard part, he was hitting the sliders with more confidence than LilRaiN. LilRaiN having to cheese them out a slight amount, and in the end, he had a bit less confidence in his aim, it seemed, and he was the first one to show weakness after them both breaking in the same note, and that ultimately gave Teejay a 150 combo lead by the end. But yeah, that's 2-2 here. But both players getting both their picks on the board. And what are we left here in the pool? I mean, we have I Am Murloc, an iconic map. It's CS6, AR6, OD6, I believe. And it is actually going to get picked by LilRaiN here. We have some very old school mapping here, I believe from 2009, if I'm not mistaken. A pretty well-known map. And this is a pretty abrasive pick compared to everything else that's in the pool. It's very non-standard. It is very low on that star rating, just above star rating of 5. But don't let that fool you. This map is really, really difficult. We might be seeing less hundreds played by the players because of that lower OD. And LilRaiN is wanting to play the Paradox again, get his revenge on Teejay. But come on, LilRaiN, it's no time to look back. It's time to play Murloc your own pick. Okay, this map we might be seeing. I do believe we're going to be seeing slightly high accuracy, but we might be seeing a few people, either Teejay or LilRaiN, trying to cheese some of the combo out here. So just see 1/4 triangles at 220 BPM in the map, I believe. We see Teejay in both of them, but he is in the lead here. It's a very slight lead, but LilRaiN does have the combo advantage. And Teejay does break on the slow section, missing the first slider, hitting it a bit too early. But looking at accuracy. TJ is actually on a high accuracy, despite LilRaiN having that combo advantage of 30 now. To get into the rate, the players will see their situation and see that TJ is in a slight score lead, but he's on the back foot when it comes to combo. And they do break, both players do break at the same time, while LilRaiN was able to make up a bit of difference here, and he is right now in the lead. So now the score's going to be flip-flopping between them, depending on who hits 100, who misses. He's just the first one to miss here in this section. These one fours are really brutal, and the sliders, and LilRaiN does change a bit, not happy with himself. I believe he probably missed in the first note of the triangles, and because of that and the lower OD, he does change this one. That's one of the drawbacks of the OD being pretty low. If you do miss, you're gonna miss a few notes. As we get into the second major break of the map, the situation here, TJ advantage with both score and combo. LilRaiN, I do believe, is either on 0 or 1 combo into the break, and TJ is going to be seeing in how game. Wow, game. Ah, I see. This is something from World of Warcraft. Oh, TJ fully misreading that. It's actually going to start giving LilRaiN a chance to come back here. The score difference went from 40k, I believe, down to just 10,000. And now LilRaiN is going to hold on to this combo. He's actually going to make up the score difference. Just because of the chain misses, TJ is now basically on equal footing when it comes to accuracy. It's just going to come down to who's going to hold on combos to the end. If status quo remains, LilRaiN is going to pick up the point here. Yeah, he does get into the lead here, but is LilRaiN going to be able to hold on to his nerves, hold on to the last few combos? And he does. LilRaiN did hold on to the end. He does get his third point. It was really shaky for him there. He was behind the entire map basically. He starts off with low accuracy than TJ, but unfortunately for TJ, he did get that chain miss near the end. We see a little dip in his performance graph. Losing, I believe, almost 2% accuracy just on that one pattern, and that's what made all the difference there. If it were like hundreds, maybe 50s, or if he did miss at the end, just the end of that, I believe he would have lost enough accuracy for LilRaiN to be able to take the lead there. And we are going to see Hidden 1 being picked out by TJ here. The final map of the Hidden Pool that hasn't been banned. I mean, after this we have 2 normals left. A singular Hard Rock and a singular DT. Being able to be picked by both these players before we get into our tiebreaker. I mean, this is your pretty standard Hidden 1 here. Lower AR compared to your numbered 1. More reading here, a bit more awkward. It kind of requires you to be really confident on your aim, be slightly more confident on Hidden. Yeah, this match has progressed pretty quickly here, and we get started. We see very low accuracies off the bat, right off the bat as we get started. That kind of makes sense here. This is the first time they're playing Hidden in this match. As we get adjusted into this map, I do believe we're going to be seeing how your accuracies be built up here. Very slight score advantage for LilRaiN as he is holding just on a sole FC here. TJ did break in the first combo, but that just once again shouldn't matter here. That was slightly on the longer side, just about 3 minutes. But TJ has adjusted slightly quicker than LilRaiN here has with the accuracy, just almost 1% lead for him. He has built it all the way up to 97 from that 80% that he was holding at the start, and now he's giving him a slight score lead here. We're going to get into the first intense section of the map. Stream building up to it. LilRaiN does chain miss unfortunately for him as we get into the awkward aim section, and TJ is holding and building up his lead here. So LilRaiN, as he does break once again, but TJ does finally trade it out. The damage dealt is 50,000 in the favor of TJ, and it's just that one miss we're seeing for TJ as LilRaiN is chain missing these streams And as we get out of the first, I was gonna say that TJ was on that combo advantage as we get out of the first, but they do trade misses once again. I think that's beneficial for TJ. It's less score that they can build up. And I would like to highlight LilRaiN's accuracy here. He is on the really doing really poorly compared to TJ. 7%, almost 7% difference here. You can see that LilRain is not having the time of his life here, as he does miss almost 1/3. They kind of need to wiggle, trying to cheat those, almost actually getting them. I believe it was pretty close. But yeah, the lead is now 100k, and it's kind of looking dire for LilRain here. TJ has built up his score, almost doubling his opponent's score as we get into the next stream section. No, it's slow. It's just calm before the storm here. I mean, LilRain, despite him being on that combo advantage early door, TJ is now running away with this pick. He has got adjusted to this hidden. He hasn't dropped his act ever since that beginning. He's showing a pretty dominant performance here. Stream section, and LilRain once again. Fortunately, he's not comfortable in the hidden streams, just chain missing for him. And TJ hitting all of those. Get to the space triples. TJ once again hitting everything here the map has to offer. Just that one miss in that one section. Is he gonna hit these jumps? Be able to hold him up into the end? Ooh, what are we gonna do? Oh, unfortunately it does catch him out, but LilRain does hit basically the hardest part of the map, I would say. That one force stream into 1/3 star jumps. And this is like the first map that has been pretty confidence inspiring. We have a 240k difference here in favor of TJ. That's the first pick that has had a massive advantage for one of these players, I do believe. First few picks, differences of like 40,000. This one's pretty confidence inspiring for TJ. It's kind of what you want to see when you're on the last few picks. We're gonna get a change of pace to go into that number 5, that speed pick, with a lot of alt elements in it. So this map is 260 BPM, I believe, and it has loads of bursts, some similar type sections. Yeah, 260. That medium length is also medium length at 2 minutes 20 seconds. We're going to be seeing happening for the first time this match. And I mean, this is kind of nice for TJ here. LilRain, if LilRain does concede this pick, TJ might want to opt into that Milarugo Queen Bee. AG Queen Bee, I do believe that being called. How old it is. I think we're going to be seeing slightly lower scores on both these players based on what the qualifier results said. I'm not quite comfortable in last form for both these players. And early doors, I mean 90%. This is on a pretty high when it comes to the star rating and BPM. Something in control here, some few triples, 5 mils. And early we saw a few longer streams, but I do believe those are the longs you're going to see. In the mid section of this map, we're not going to be seeing anything longer than that. And we do see LilRain, I do believe, slide rate from the end of that slider that came after this longer stream of 9 minutes. And TJ's just building up his advantage, and he's actually leading it accurately now, despite the start where LilRain was looking more confident. LilRain does break, but TJ trades it out, unfortunately missing on air right there. I do believe that was also a slide break, so he's holding on to that S rank still. And that's giving a slight chance for LilRain here, as he's holding that slight combo advantage. He does need to build up his accuracy as a combo. Unfortunately, he does break there. And TJ once again in the lead. He is building up that. He is ballooning his score difference pretty massively here. It's already 100k. I mean, compared to the scores that we saw earlier, this is pretty significant. It's looking at like it's going to be staying there. But TJ is going to keep falling through extremely sections. LilRain, unfortunate break, and TJ does trade it out. But I do believe there's not enough map here for LilRaiN to make up the difference here, unless Teejay does unfortunately completely understream some of these sections. I think we're going to be seeing the first breakpoint of the match here. A few more finger control sections to contend with, and Teejay does hit them all here. Does get that score up to 400k, while LilRaiN, I don't think he's going to be able to crack that 300k barrier. Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't. Score lead of 150k here, and I mean, if you're Teejay, I think you're going to have to pick that murder with the Queen Bee. Yeah, Teejay with the S rank, 2 slider breaks for him. Just showing himself that he is strong on that tapping pick. And he maybe, or perhaps he's feeling more confident on a different skill set here. Maybe he's going to pick something else. Maybe go for that hard rock. I think he did lose the first hard rock of Calamity Fortune earlier. That was LilRaiN's first pick. I'm not sure by how much, unfortunately. It probably was close considering how close every other pick has been this match. Obviously, number 3 as Teejay's last pick. That number 5 was actually LilRaiN's last pick for himself. As Teejay is the second pick, he does have basically rights for the last pick before going to tiebreaker. Teejay did pick up the first breakpoint of the match. Is he going to be able to consolidate it here and win before tiebreaker, or is LilRaiN going to be able to put up a fight and get his first breakpoint of the match here? I think this is a pretty well-known song here. This is your typical all at 156 BPM in mapped in 1/4. I don't think we're going to be seeing anyone single tap this unless they really dare. Yeah, we do see both players ulting this. Just again, no accuracy to start. Teejay does full miss that entire pattern there, getting off not the best start for himself. And LilRaiN is holding combo past like the first part of the section as we get into some easier parts here. And it's going to allow him to start building up that combo, building up that score advantage. It's already at 20k, almost doubling Teejay's score here. Just a combo advantage of 100 combo here. If LilRaiN is to break, I mean, yeah, he does actually break right there as I say that. And Teejay is going to start being able to break into that block of being able to start bringing the score advantage to himself. But he does also break. And LilRaiN once again almost 100 combo advantage as we saw at the start of the map. I do believe, yeah, we are seeing both players come out with a combo from the first intense section. But in this section, yeah, there is some parts that you can trip up on pretty easily here. You're gonna have to keep your wits about. The slow slide not catching either of the players out. Into this 1/3 section. LilRaiN combo advantage around 70. We're gonna get into the next intense section. Like combo advantage once again for LilRaiN here. Teejay is gonna be able to hold on to his combo. LilRaiN does break it. Teejay will start building up his start breaking down that combo lead. That score advantage that LilRaiN does have here. Right now looking strong for both players. Oh, LilRaiN does break there as I say that. How far is Teejay gonna be able to combo to basically is he able to bring it back to him, the score lead to himself? Right now it's looking like it is. It's just 5,000 score difference, and it does flip over to Teejay for the first time this map on his pick. Teejay finally I think getting just this map. He's building up that score advantage really quick here. It's 40k here. This is the highest score advantage we've seen this map. I think he does basically hit that whole KI section, almost getting caught up by the slow slider, but that's 80k difference here. Is TJ's gonna have to miss here a few times for LilRaiN to have an advantage, to bring it back to tiebreaker. But I do believe TJ's gonna finally consolidate his breakpoint that he did earn earlier in this match. And yeah, that's it. 150k difference in the end for TJ. He was on the back foot the entire map there, but being able to get that 1000 combo on the board and make up that advantage for himself and finally win the match. It was a close match the entire time, very small score differences. Some of those picks could have went either way, but ultimately in the end, TJ is the winner of today. He does progress into the winners bracket, and I do believe LilRaiN is not out the tournament yet. He is going to be advancing into the losers bracket. TJ will have a second match that will be played against Skier, actually. Yep. We're going to be seeing TJ versus Skier, while LilRaiN be moved down into the losers bracket. And TJ will be playing a second match this week in round 32, as all players that have been playing this round of 48 will be playing in the round of 32 as well this weekend. But yeah, this has been the match between TJ and LilRaiN. We do have another match today in 2.5 hours from now. As you can see on the screen there, I think we have Martse versus Timo Tomo, sorry about that. Timo Tomo, my bad. And that's a bit more of a seed disparity between them. But I mean, if this match is anything to go by, it'll be a pretty close match itself. Okay, this has been Malteser. That's it for streaming. I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties we had earlier, but we got everything sorted out by the end. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in further matches. And I wish you a good day in this scorching heat. Man, what a week.